2. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to today's live stream. It's time for the Week 4 Pick Ems. Last week we did something a little bit new. Last week we started putting people head-to-head to make their picks, and we started awarding out points, and I really like that format. And I think this week we can take the next step after we got the experimental run through, so this should be a lot of fun. We're going to keep things nice. We're going to keep things clean. We're going to keep things tight. Corey over here on the left side of your screen. You got Matt, a.k.a. CMC You Later, on the right side of the screen. And this is going to be one heck of a day. What's up, fellas? How are y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, doing great.
Okay. All right, guys. So we had a quick warm-up call. We had a quick conversation before we went live for this one, y'all. This show is going to run about an hour. We're going to try to keep everyone's answers to 30 seconds. This is the format for today's game. I'm going to ask, who do you think is going to win? They are going to break down some stats for us, and they are going to tell us who they believe is going to win. Along the way, they're going to try to make some points, and as they make good points, they will score some points. The winner of this one will be getting a small prize. And at the end of this live stream, after the hour, we are going to go into a members-only format, and we're going to raffle off a prize for the channel members as well. So, Robert Zamora, I see you out there. Wade Tuckness, Action Man, what is up? Country Kisses and Cole are in the house. Looks like Brandy, Courtney, Gray 59, Gary Stream, Farm Life, Chui Biddle. We got a squad out here. Okay, y'all. Quick look at this, 34 votes already on this one. Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals coming into week 1. Corey, I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock to give us your picks. I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock to give us your picks. Who do you think is going to win and why? Go.
Going Seattle with this one. Division games they're always dicey, but I think Darnold has more than proved that his Pro Bowl season was not a fluke. Kyler is super inconsistent. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been really inconsistent. And Seattle scored 30-plus in back-to-back games and back-to-back wins. So they're the steadier team. And I think another loss is going to send, maybe Kyler and Gannon are in the crosshairs.
Cool. Time.
All right, both teams are 2-1. I'm going with Seattle. Unfortunately, I don't like Seattle, but Sam Darnold's completing 70.3% of his passes, 663 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pretty decent. Kyler Murray, yeah, a little inconsistent, a little scrambly, seems a little, I don't know. Wouldn't put my money in that basket. Let's see. Kyler Murray's favorite target is Trey McBride, the tight end. 17 receptions, 182 yards, 1 touchdown. Last year, one of the most productive tight ends in the league.
Time. Wow. Okay. Both of y'all made some really good points on this one. I agree with both of y'all, and what's interesting, though, is coming into this game, y'all, it looks like the Arizona Cardinals are actually listed as 1.5-point home favorites. The Seahawks have won 7 straight head-to-head matchups, though, with the Arizona Cardinals, so it feels like this is going to go the same way that you guys are saying. I actually picked the Seattle Seahawks to win this one as well, even though Vegas has money on the Arizona Cardinals. So I think the 3 of us, cheers to that, boys. Well done, guys. Cheers to that, fellas. Okay, I think we're all on the same page there. Seattle Seahawks probably it's close, though, man. You got to it's close. There's no denying that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. I'm going to go ahead and load this up. Reading some of the comments out here saying Vegas doesn't know, says Country Kisses. 73% of the chat also went with Seattle. So most of us on the same page. Here comes the next team, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put up the graphic behind me. The next matchup is an interesting matchup. This is going to be the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this game is happening in Dublin, Ireland, which that in and of itself makes this game pretty interesting. So I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock here. And since, Corey, you went first on the last one, Matt, you get to go first here. 30 seconds on the clock. Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
All right. Both are 2-1. I'm going with the Vikings. They're a 2.5 point favorite. They've won 6 straight against AFC teams. The Vikings destroyed the Bengals last week, 48-10. Pretty rough. The Steelers, their O-line is it's a mess. 31st in pass block win rate. So they're pretty terrible.
Wow. Okay. You got 5 seconds left.
Nah.
Okay. Time. Okay. 3 points on that one. We're looking at a 6-3 game right now. CMC picked up 3 points. Corey, here's your chance to answer back. What do you got, man? Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
Yeah, I also picked the Vikings. I think international games they're always weird, and this feels like a spot where I think Brian Flores and that like super blitz heavy defense is really gonna make 40-year-old Rodgers feel it. Like he's really he's been accurate, but he looks 40 when he's moving around, and so I think also if Wentz keeps playing like this well, that O'Connell is the best QB whisperer of our generation. I mean, how many careers has this guy revived?
Time. Okay. All right. A lot of good points there as well. Corey, you got the slight advantage there. 1 extra point on that one. I like the Brian Flores name drop there, the O'Connell name drop there as well. Here's what I'm thinking, guys. I think both of y'all have a solid point. Both of y'all have solid points on this one. Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are actually underdogs in this one. The Vikings are 2.5 point favorites. Strangely enough, my gut tells me that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game. So I'm actually on the other side of both you guys on that one. Now, Carson Wentz coming in is a huge piece. I love the fact that Carson Wentz is going to be the quarterback right now. I was saying that he should have been the quarterback over J.J. McCarthy anyways. J.J. struggled against the Bears until he started to figure it out, but he was not good in week 2 against the Falcons. Definitely played terribly in that game. Carson Wentz comes in week 3. He showed why he was a first-round pick back in, 2016? So that being said, Aaron Rodgers does look 40, but Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, and I like Aaron Rodgers over any quarterback in any on either side of the field right there. And both teams have really solid defenses as well. So, all right. Okay, I'm going with – that's probably one of the one dark horse picks that I'm having. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers for that one. You guys might think I'm crazy. Santino's going to think I'm crazy. 56% of the chat believes the Minnesota Vikings are going to take it. 44% Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's actually a pretty close split right there. Action Man saying, Mario, have the ladies on from last week again. Oh, they like to see the ladies. Fellas, you guys are going to have to do something. You guys are going to have to do something out there. I still have a lot of faith in McCarthy. To me, a mid-tier quarterback, but he just needs time, says Bryce Hacks. Okay. All right, guys. I'm with it. But I'm going to go opposite of y'all. Y'all went on the same page. Great minds must think alike. Let's move on to the next one here. Commanders and Falcons. Corey, you went second on the last one. Corey, you'll get to go first this time. Washington Commanders and Atlanta Falcons. Who do you think will win and why?
Man, I wanted to believe in the Falcons after last week, but this week they were just unwatchable on offense. It was terrible, and I think the coaching is suspect. So I'm going Commanders. I got to go with Vegas on this one. I mean, Washington just piled up 200 rushing yards with a backup QB. If Daniels plays, this is an easy call.
Okay. Got plenty of time left.
I mean, if Atlanta can keep the pass rush going with the rookies, that was interesting in week 2. But, I mean, Michael Penix has complete more than 50% of his passes. He doesn't aim in the middle of the field at all, and it's predictable.
Okay. Score 6-9. Corey, you're up by 3. CMC. Matt, what you got, brother? Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I'm thinking the Commanders in this one. They're 2-1 versus the Falcons 1-2. The Falcons had that embarrassing loss to Carolina last week, 30-0. That was pretty bad. The Falcons are 2.5 point underdogs at home. The Commanders have won 8 out of 9 games versus NFC South teams. Jaden Daniels was out from a knee strain, possible to return to this game. So definitely going Commanders in this game.
Okay. Now, you guys both went Washington Commanders. 88% of the chat went Washington Commanders. Let's read some of these. It looks like Patrick West says Commanders. Robert Zamora says Commanders. Looks like Country Kisses going with Washington. Owl on the Prowl saying it's a pick 'em. Most of everyone going with the Washington Commanders for this one. I was torn, guys. I was torn on this one as well. Obviously, seeing the fact that Penix got benched for Kirk Cousins in the middle of a game, like, that's not very good. That's terrible. You go down 30-0, and then garbage time happens. Your team can't even get back. Hate to say it out loud. Reminds me of the Dallas Cowboys playing as awful as they had been playing, seeing Joe Milton go out there. So, yeah, just based off of performance, man, just based off of the eye test, the stats, and all the other stuff aside, the gut check and the reality, I think Washington should win that game. There's still good. There's still bright sides out there for the Falcons. And if the Falcons do get the upset, I'm not really that, quote, upset about it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with you, fellas. Looks like y'all are both on the same page. First 3 picks, man. No separation here. Score is 8-9. CMC down by 1. You get to go first this time, Matt. So let's move on to the next one here. Guys, any final thoughts on this game?
I'd love to see Drake London get going.
Yeah, true. But that's going to come down to the quarterback play, man. If you're in for fantasy, if it's not Bijan, it ain't mustard. Okay, next one coming up here, guys. Looks like I've got the wrong graphic here. Let's slide. There we go. All right, it's going to be Chargers and Giants. Next game up, Chargers and Giants. 30 seconds on the clock. Matt, who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I'm going with the Chargers in this game. They are 3-0 versus the Giants, who are 0-3. Justin Herbert's balling out. He threw 300 yards in Week 3 versus Denver, picking up 29 first downs against a top-rated defense. He's balling out right now. I like to watch him play. Russell Wilson struggling against KC in Week 3, completing only 18 of 32 for 160 with 2 interceptions. So they got Scattaboo. That guy's awesome, but I don't see him getting it done.
Okay, all right. That's actually a pretty hot take, man. You got you hit a couple of nails on the head right there. Let's see, Corey, what are your thoughts on this game? Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I mean, I love taking underdog picks, but definitely picking Chargers here. I mean, the Giants are throwing Jackson Dart to the Wolves this week. It's going to be crazy. I thought they'd wait later on in the year and let Russell or even throw Jameis out there rather than throw the rookie at. Like, they're playing the Eagles 2 times the next 3 weeks. This is going to be a rough start to his career. But I do love Scattaboo. But, man, the Chargers, they lost Slater right before the beginning of the year. I really thought that would hurt them, and instead they just went pass heavy. And putting the ball in Herbert's arms has been amazing. Like, he's going to have an MVP season, I think.
Dude. Facts, bro. Everything y'all are both spitting out, straight up facts. Cam Scattaboo's the real deal, dude. I saw him play in ASU. Actually, when I covered that game here on Football Nation, that was the biggest game to date, that ASU versus Texas game, and Cam Scattaboo ran off for like over 200 yards in that game. It was insane. It's the first time I ever heard of this cat, and here he is just barreling through walls, guys that are like twice his size. Like, he's not a big running back. He kind of reminds me of like the Devin Singletaries of the NFL, but he finds a way to get through the contact, and he does not shy away from it. I think Cam Scattaboo, big kudos there. Jackson Dart, big points made there on Jackson Dart's side. Throwing him to the Wolves over here against this Chargers defense. Harbaugh's defense is insane. Obviously, guys, no one mentioned this one, but Najee Harris no longer available for the rest of the season out there. Looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, so it's going to be the Omarion Hampton show for the LA Chargers moving forward. And the New York Giants, they are going to have to figure something out. Maybe Jackson Dart can get it going with Malik Neighbors, but this defense for the Giants also not as good as advertised. So I'm with you guys on this one. LA Chargers all the way. 95% of the chat also with the LA Chargers. I think that was a good round right there. What's going on, Twana? What's going on, Mr. Green, who's in the house? DMZ the third checks in. Chargers by a landslide. He says THM Movies checking in right now as well, saying, yo. What's going on, guys? Fist bumps to everyone out there. Thank you for checking in. We're just doing some pickups right now. And if you have not done your pick'ems just yet, guys, it is in the link below in the description. Check out that, and you can sign up for a chance to win $100 this week. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. The next matchup, perfect timing right now, boys. Next matchup coming up here looks like it should actually be the Titans and the Texans on my list. Titans, Texans, y'all got the same thing on your list? Sounds good. I'm thinking so. Okay, fellas, who just went first last time? Corey, did you go first? You went second just now, right? That was you who just went. So, since you went second, you'll get a chance to go first here. Your Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Who will win and why?
All right, this has ugly divisional game written all over it. I'm going Titans. I think they'll grind out the upset and basically kill Houston's season at 0-4. I mean, Ward is already the most sacked QB in football, and this Houston's defense is mean. Like they take the tax on you, but they've also their offense has just not shown up. They traded away their best lineman, and they didn't replace them with anybody. And Stroud is just, I think, he's a great QB, but he's got no chance behind that O-line. And Pollard has been playing slightly better than Chubb, and neither run game has really been scaring anyone. I'm going to go Tennessee, but, man, if Tennessee loses this, Callahan better start packing his bags.
Fair. All fair points. CMC, your response to this, I'll put 30 seconds on the clock. What do you think?
I'm going to take the Texans on this one. They're both 0-3. Both teams are 0-3, doing terrible this year. For the Titans, rookie quarterback Cam Hayward is struggling with completion of just 54% of his passes and got sacked 15 times. They're giving up about 31 points a game on average. That's terrible, obviously. Texans quarterback CJ Stroud hasn't been great either. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and rushed 81 yards. The Texans are 7.5-point favorites. That's all I'm taking.
Okay, you're going with the point spread? So it looks like Tennessee and Houston Texans coming into this game right now, and we are split for the first time on this particular stream right here. Looks like Corey going with the left side of your screen, which looks like it's set up the perfect way. You got Titans on the left. Remember your Titans and Texans on the right side over there, guys. What does the chat think? Patrick West says, "Can we have a tie?" So I think there's 67% though going with the Houston Texans. Here's some of the stats that I got here. Well said, Corey. Not scared of Nick Chubb, also not scared of Tony Pollard either, though. Both of those guys kind of middling around in the NFL. Houston having beaten the Tennessee Titans 4 out of the last 5 times. That's, again, the momentum thing here. And I think the Houston Texans, I think this one would feel like an upset if the Houston Texans cannot get right and correct their 0-3 path. I think a lot of people are expecting the Tennessee Titans to fall on this 4th game. So for those reasons, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans as well. I think Houston will win this game. I think it's going to be a little better than, or a little closer than expected, if I'm being honest. I don't think the Texans will win by more than a touchdown. I think this will be a hard-fought battle. And again, like you said, a divisional showdown here. This could get ugly. This could get ugly, and it should be a lot of fun. Next matchup, guys. Next matchup here. I've got the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Who do you think will win this game and why? We're going to start on the right side of the screen here with CMC later. Who do you think is going to win and why?
I'm thinking the Eagles in this game. Both teams are 3-0. Eagles have won the last 19 out of 20 games, and they're the healthier team heading into Week 4. I like the Bucs. I like Baker Mayfield. He likes to play like an underdog and come from behind. I'm actually rooting for them, but I'm picking the Eagles. Mike Evans has that hamstring injury. I just don't see it panning out for the Bucs.
Okay. And time. Okay. All right, guys, the score is 17-16. Corey, you're down by 1. Bucks on a nail biter, says DMZ. It's going to get interesting, y'all. The chat going to be divided on this one. So remind us one more time, who was your pick, CMC?
Eagles.
Going with Philly. Corey, 30 seconds on the clock. Who will win this game and why?
I'll go with my heart. My head says Eagles, but my heart says Bucks. I definitely want them to win. I think they can hang if they run the ball. I think this is Bucky Irving's get-right game. Mike Evans is out, but Godwin will be back. So I think Godwin and Egbuka, that's 2 really strong receivers, and Baker has been playing like a top 5 QB. Eagles, something has just been off. Like, yeah, they play like a good team and they find ways to win, but like they haven't played a complete game yet. I think this is going to be that upset game.
Time. Okay. I heard both of y'all sides on this. One man goes with the Philadelphia Eagles. The other man goes with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of these teams come into this game 3-0, but they've been very different stories for both teams. Nail-biter wins here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, coming down to the wire, coming off of missed field goals, coming down to those last-minute situations for the Buccaneers in multiple weeks already. The Philadelphia Eagles, they do have their issues, and we, up until week 3, hadn't seen Jalen Hurts throw a single touchdown pass. He finally got that one there. I have so many shares of Baker Mayfield across fantasy football, guys. I want nothing more than for Baker Mayfield to win this week against the Philadelphia Eagles, who beat my Dallas Cowboys. So, yes, I would love for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. But if I was given $10 and was like, make a bet, and I didn't want to lose those $10, I think the smart bet here is to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I personally think that the smart bet here would go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I took the Philadelphia Eagles to win that game, but I highlighted it in a different color because I don't want the Philadelphia Eagles to win that game. I want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. I'm rooting for Tampa Bay, but I think Philadelphia, defending Super Bowl champions, will probably get the job done. Wow. Okay. I feel good. I poured my heart out on that one. I definitely felt that way. I wouldn't bet on this game, says Patrick West out here. Baker is cooking right now. He does find ways to win. Jazzbo Pilot of Chatsville checking in, saying, greetings, Mario and friends. What's up? What's going on to everyone in this chat right now? 60%, though, is with you, Corey. 60% of the chat going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, real quick, before we move on.
Game on the line, who would you rather have, Baker or Hurts?
Baker. That's true. I'd take Baker. I would take Baker. But here's the thing, though. I mean, what's more likely is Saquon Barkley going to rush for 2 touchdowns, which is going to basically be required for them to win this one, or is Baker Mayfield going to throw for 3? I mean, what do you think? What do you think is more likely? Both? Yeah, both could actually happen. That would be a really good game. I think by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we will be covering this game on Football Nation as well. So we're going to be covering on the top left side of your screens, guys. We'll be covering the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals for Thursday Night Football. Sunday morning Ireland game, Santino will be doing the play calling for that one, Vikings versus Pittsburgh Steelers. And then I'll jump on at noon to cover the next 3 games after that. We'll cover the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll cover the Ravens versus the Chiefs game, and we'll cover the Packers versus my Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so 58% with Tampa Bay, 42% with Philadelphia. Let's move on to the next one here. I've got Panthers at Patriots. Who went second last time? So, Corey, you'll get to go first on this one. Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I'm going Patriots. I'm a new Patriots fan this season because I love Mike Vrabel. But, I mean, they're both 2 rebuilding teams. Both have been ugly at times. But May has played better. And I think they're just losing the turnover battle really bad. I think their running back's going to get benched, and they're going to run the rookie out there this time. Carolina's 30-0 win was misleading. Bryce Young only threw for 120 yards, and Atlanta actually outgained them. So Patriots have one of the league's best run defenses. Young's going to have to win this with his arm.
Time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I heard a lot of that. That's a lot of really good points. CMC, Matt, what is your response to that? Who do you think is going to win this one?
I'm going to go with the Patriots. Both teams are 1-2 right now. Patriots are favored by 5.5, and they're at home. Both teams are only averaging about 20 points per game, so pretty boring football. Carolina did beat the Falcons 30-0. Like the homie said, they only threw for 121 yards, which is incredible. They beat them 30-0 with that few yards. So that's all I got on that one. Going with the Patriots.
Okay. That's time. Time here. Okay, so good points. Well made. Carolina Panthers, New England Patriots. This game to me seems kind of like a snoozeville game. This feels like a throwaway game. This seems like the kind of game that if it's on the TV and you got nothing else available, you'll watch it, but nothing is drawing me to want to watch this game. Ramondre Stevenson has been underperforming. Chuba Hubbard has been one bright spot for the Carolina Panthers, but outside of him, it has not looked good. Even with Tetairoa McMillan, that young rookie wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, we have not seen Bryce Young be able to move the football. They lost Adam Thielen. You forget how much he can actually spread the field because defensive backs have to respect the man out there. And on the other side, the New England Patriots dropped an early game this season, losing week 1 to the Raiders out there. Like, what a way to start the season for them. Vrabel stumbling out the gate. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that this game will be close, but I think the New England Patriots should win this one. It would be upsetting to see the Panthers get the win over New England. Give me the Bills over the Saints, says Yosh, LOL 100%. Let's see. Patrick's saying the Panthers. Farm Life out here saying, I want the Panthers, but honestly, I think the Patriots will win. Country Kiss is going with the New England Patriots, and it's a 50-50 split in the chat according to the poll. So I wonder, what makes these Panthers so appealing to 50%, more than 50% of the chat? Guys, any theories?
No.
It's just like
Bryce Young fans
grown in you to hate the Patriots after so many years with Tom Brady. Like you don't want to root for them. You just hate Tom Brady and you hate Belichick. So it's just
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great thing to see it split 50-50. That does fire me up. That's cool. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next one here. They're split 50-50. I think the three of us are on board with the New England Patriots. We are hitting the halfway point right here. Looks like we are at the halfway point on the timer at the corner of my phone as well. So let's move on. This is the next game coming up is going to be the Saints and the Buffalo Bills. This one we probably don't have to sit on for too long. Matt, you get to go first on this one. Who do you think will win this game and why?
Bills, easy breezy. They're 3-0. The Saints are 0-3. They just lost. The Saints just lost to Seattle 44-13, which is embarrassing to lose to the Sea Chickens that bad. They're giving up an average of 30 points per game, which is terrible. Bills are huge favorites at minus 16.5. That's the biggest spread they've had since 2021. So they're 3-0, scoring about 34 points per game.
Okay. All right, you managed to pick up some points there. Corey, you get a chance to answer back here. So looks like Matt's going with the Buffalo Bills. Corey, who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I know a lot of Saints fans, so this might hurt them, but I'm definitely going Bills. I mean, Spencer Rattler is the owner of my favorite record right now. He has an 0-9 starting record in the NFL. It's the worst starting record of any NFL QB ever. It's pretty spectacular, honestly. It's like it would be really difficult to lose that many games. So, I mean, even if Allen gets like super loose with the ball, I don't see any way the Bills don't win this one. I mean, if you watch James Cook in that last game, the guy got like 10 yards a run.
He was on fire.
Bro, that's a savage shot. Matt, did you have a rebuttal? I feel like you wanted to say something.
Oh, no, I just totally agree. He had a hell of a game, and yeah.
He said that's my favorite record in the NFL. He's 0-9 starting games. Oh my gosh. That's rough, man. That's worse than rough. That's flat bad. And they've got Tyler Shuck back there as well, who they're literally saying he's worse because they're not going to start him over Spencer Rattler. There is nobody
Cooler than Rattler.
Dude, just put in Taysom Hill at that point. Let Taysom Hill throw the football. Like, he might actually have a chance to do something to spark some inspiration and maybe get an insane upset or at least cover the spread in this game, because I think that the Bills could definitely get that 16.5-point spread or whatever the heck it is this week. It's the best team versus the worst team. Like, that's basically what we're looking at right now in the NFL.
I feel bad for Alvin being stuck on that team, man. Kamara deserves better.
Yeah, he does. He's going to end up dying there, though. He will. He'll do the rest of his career there. I don't see him going anywhere. If he does, it would just be for, like, those twilight days like we saw Marshawn Lynch go through. Or
I mean, even the way his contract is, even if they cut him, they don't save any money. So he's there.
Yeah, facts. Okay, let's read some of these chats here really quick, guys. We're at the halfway point. It's 8:30 p.m. here in San Antonio, Texas. Those of you guys who are checking in with us right now, we are doing the weekly pick'ems here for Football Nation. I'm also going with the Buffalo Bills for this one. We are at the halfway point. Let's do a quick recap. Looks like both Corey and Matt are taking the Seattle Seahawks in the first game. Both Corey and Matt are taking the Minnesota Vikings in Game 2, and both Corey and Matt are taking the Washington Commanders in Week 3. Looks like everyone is on board here with the LA Chargers getting the win, and we got our split decision here for the first one. Looks like Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans, one side with Corey going Tennessee, Matt going with Houston. We've got a split decision for the next game, which is Eagles. Matt's taking the Eagles, and Corey is taking the Buccaneers. We've got everyone on the same page going with Patriots for the second to last game at the top of the screen, and then the final one at the top, everyone going with the Buffalo Bills. Does anyone at this point, either of you two gentlemen, want to make any changes or amendments to your picks, or are we sticking with it?
No, I'm pretty stoked about this.
Feeling good?
A lot of easy choices, so no, I'm good.
Okay. All right, guys, let's move on to the second half here. Guys, be sure to make your picks out there as well. The link is in the description down below. The next game coming up here, y'all, is the Browns and the Lions. The Browns and the Lions. Who do you think will win this game? Browns coming off of a big upset against the Green Bay Packers, y'all. So, and the Lions are definitely favorites for this one. I believe, Matt, you went first at the end of that first round. So, Corey, you get chances to go first here. Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I mean, love choosing the upset. You know, that Browns upset was crazy, but the Lions, I mean, the Cleveland defense deserves so much credit. Myles Garrett is absolute Hall of Fame player. But, I mean, Flacco has 2 TDs to 5 turnovers, and if the Lions take care of the ball, Hutchinson's going to send Flacco into retirement for real.
Okay. 5 seconds?
I mean, Quinshon Judkins is awesome.
Okay. All right. CMC, down by 4. What do you think? Who's going to win this game and why?
I'm going with the Lions. They're 2-1 versus the Browns, 1-2. The Lions are 8.5-point favorites at home. I like the Browns. Myles Garrett leads the NFL with 4 sacks. Possible Defensive Player of the Year. He's a beast. Love to watch him play. The Browns did beat Green Bay with a 55-yard field goal. Sweet. And I like to watch old man Flacco toss the ball around. But I'm still going with the Lions.
Okay. All right. So, time. perfect timing. Corey, you went upset?
No, Lions.
You went Lions. Okay.
Yeah,
Both guys
Dan
going
Campbell has
Lions.
proved that he's a good coach. It wasn't Ben Johnson.
I mean, yeah, Dan Campbell did prove that he did. And Ben Johnson finally got his first win against my Dallas Cowboys, of course. That's what had to happen. But the Cleveland Browns, guys, they definitely can upset, and we just saw it happen against Green Bay. I like the Browns. Myles Garrett, everyone talking about him. He's the best player on that team, offensively, defensively, whatever it is. Quinton Judkins, definitely a stud back there as well. He does have some competition in Dylan Sampson and maybe, a couple of other guys that are still hanging around out there. But at the moment, it seems to be Quinton Judkins' backfield. How about for fantasy purposes, though? Like, who are you – I liked Jahmyr Gibbs until this past week, and then I saw David Montgomery be the guy. So that becomes a problem for fantasy managers.
It's always a Thunder Lightning. They love to play them both. I mean, I think Quinton Judkins played like all the snaps. He's taken over that backfield, and I mean, they're going to have to play a lot of catch-up ball in this. So Cedric Tillman might be a pretty good pick. Jerry Jeudy might have his come-out game. He hasn't really done much this year so far.
I need him, bro, because CeeDee Lamb is out. Because CeeDee Lamb is out right now, bro. I cannot be without it.
Harold Fannin Jr. What happened to David Njoku? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, he's gone, man. He's gone. Tillman will be surprised, says DMZ the third. Country Kiss is saying that Browns win had to be a fluke. Patrick West saying, I will do my pick'ems after the stream. Rock on, Patrick. Owl saying Browns. Owl on the prowl. Going with the Browns. By the way, he's not the only one. We do have 16% of the chat room going with the Cleveland Browns. It is going to be an uphill battle for Cleveland, but they are probably going to get to Jared Goff, who's now gone 2 weeks in a row without getting sacked. So that might change this week. Okay. Mason saying, go Saints. Campbell as a head coach is worth an extra 3 points. Dude uses fourth down for real. He definitely does use his fourth downs for real. Okay, let's move on to the next game. On the slate for Sunday, guys, this is right before those 3:05 games. This is the last 12 o'clock game right here. It is CMC's San Francisco 49ers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Matt, why don't you kick this one off? Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
Niners. 3-0 versus Jags. They're 2-1. They're doing great too, but possible Brock Purdy's coming back. Mac Jones hold down the fort. I think they're cooking right now. I know Nick Bosa's out with a torn ACL, but I just see him getting the job done. I think there's been inconsistency with Trevor Lawrence with this pass attack. And I just don't see him getting the job done against the Niners on their steamroll mission right now.
Okay, time. All right. Let me just make sure I plug this into the chat. Who will win so everyone can get their chances to vote here. Okay. So you're sticking with CMC. You're sticking with your San Francisco 49ers. Corey, what do you think about Matt's thoughts out here? Saying his team is 3-0. Are they going to go 4-0, or are we going to get an upset in this one? What do you think?
I can't put my trust in Lawrence. Like, he just hasn't been accurate. So, I mean, and Shanahan at home, I mean, and they got Saleh back as their defensive coordinator. This defense, even losing Bosa, like, they're just one of the most well-coached teams in the NFL. I think if Purdy's not even healthy, even if Jones is banged up, he's got half a knee. Like, I'd take the third string QB, and I think they'd still win at home. So I just can't root for the Jags. Like, they're gonna. Lawrence is overpaid.
Facts, bro. Everything you said is just truth bombs, dude. Okay, all right, okay. Both of you guys are on to something here. I'm definitely going with the San Francisco 49ers. Mac Jones actually doing pretty well. This team is 3-0 sneakily, and again, also in close games. It got real close last week, but they are 3-0. The Jaguars, issues with like the whole, Brian Thomas getting the football. A lot of issues with Travis Hunter playing both ways. I don't feel like that's really washed or turned out the way that it was supposed to for them, at least not yet. Maybe it has. I guess he had one game where he played a true CB. But
I mean, he looked better at cornerback last week than he did wide receiver.
So
he had like 5 tackles.
Did he really then? Okay, I mean that's not bad numbers, especially for a CB, for a corner.
For a rookie, corner's a harder position to learn than wide receiver. So I mean, for a rookie corner to be able to come in and play top snaps, that's not nothing.
Okay, fair. So we'll give Travis Hunter his flowers. He earned that for sure. Travis Etienne, let's just look at it personnel-wise, right? Travis Etienne versus Christian McCaffrey. I'm taking Christian McCaffrey every day. I look at Trevor Lawrence, and yeah, he had one time where he beat Justin Herbert in the playoffs after throwing 5 interceptions in the first half. But outside of that, nothing. I don't see Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs. I do see the San Francisco 49ers going to the Super Bowl. And even with Mac Jones, they looked pretty good. Wide receivers, though, there are a lot of injuries for the San Francisco 49ers right now. I don't know if Kittle's going to be back. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk is even off the IR list just yet here. And so you're playing with, Ricky Pearsall, and you're playing with – and
Demarcus Robinson's back from suspension.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to bust the game wide open. But you know what I mean? So this could go either way. I do think that the 49ers will win this one, though. Sorry for dragging that one out a little bit here. It was a thought, just a passing thought. I'm going 49ers. The chat, 62% going 49ers here as well. Sticking with the Jags, though, says Country Kisses. Country Kisses going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Patrick West making a good point. He says coaching will make the difference in this game. Coaching will make the difference in this game. I love the Shanahan whole umbrella. And also Robert Saleh going back is huge for sure. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next one here. I've got Colts and Rams. This should be the 3:05 p.m. game. This should be your 3:05 p.m. game Central Standard Time. Corey, I believe you went second on that last one. You get to go first this time. Who do you think is going to win this game and why?
I'm going Colts. They've been super fun. Steichen is absolutely in his bag, just making Daniel Jones look like a starting QB again. It's crazy. Jonathan Taylor has always been amazing. It's just the QB play there has been terrible. The Rams can't really run, but, Stafford's still been slinging it to Adams and Nakua. But, Indy's scored 29-plus in every game so far. So they got a bottom 5 run defense to exploit. They got the formula, calling the upset, and I think Colts are going to get their first signature win, and Shane's going to get the Coach of the Year.
Rock and roll, man. Okay. All right. What do you think about that, Matt? I heard what he had to say. Did you hear what he had to say? What do you think about this? He went with the Indianapolis Colts to get the win over the LA Rams. Do you share that sentiment?
It's a smart choice. They're 3-0 versus the Rams 2-1, but I'm going to go with the Rams. The reason is they're 3.5 points favorites at home. I like the way Puka's been playing. Puka Nacua leads the NFL in receptions, 333 yards. And I just think it's time to put a loss on the Colts column. They're playing great. Don't get me wrong. The Colts are banging out, putting up hella numbers, but for this one, I'm feeling the Rams.
For this one, you're going with the Rams?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rams, Colts. This one, 3.5 points is the spread, ladies and gentlemen. The spread is 3.5 points. This game will be in Los Angeles, and the Colts are 3-0. Daniel Jones, bro, has straight up looked so interesting. Seeing Daniel Jones throw the football, man, he's been what they call that turkey hole when you throw it between your corner and that final safety back there. You just find that soft spot in that corner. They call it turkey hole. Anyways, he's been dropping buckets, dude. He's been dropping it into that turkey hole. Giggity. And he's been really good. JT also top running back in the NFL. So you're looking at the best running back in the NFL right now for fantasy football points wise. On one side, literally number 1 in point in PPR. And on the other side, the LA Rams have the number 1 wide receiver in PPR formats. So ground game, air game, I would argue that the Colts have a more balanced attack. But I do think that the Rams have a more stout defense. Even with injuries and even with, what they've got going on out there in Los Angeles, I do think that at home in L.A., they will hand Daniel Jones his first loss of the season. So I'm going to go with the L.A. Rams on this one myself. But, again, a game that could have upset all over it. Final thoughts on this one, guys? Anybody got anything they want to add?
I mean, Alec Pierce, he plays his ass off. Like, he's one of the best blockers in the NFL. He's out, but I think Adonai Mitchell, their first-round pick from last year, like, I think he's a sneaky pick to step up. He's super athletic. And this Rams defense, like, they're good up front, but their corners are weak, man. They're going to get exploited. You see A.J. Brown just steamroll one of them last week.
I mean, A.J. Brown is built different, though. And I haven't heard anyone say Adonai Mitchell since last year. That's the first time I've heard anyone say his name in a hot minute, bro. Okay. If he's in, man, if he's in and he ends up playing, then we'll see if it goes his way. Daniel Jones spreading the football well. They're saying it's gonna be a close one. So, Matt, any final thoughts? Ready to move to the next one?
No, I think Matt Stafford's got this handled. It's going to be a close game, and I hope they pull up the upset.
Cool. All right, y'all, let's move on to the next one here. The next question, or the next slated game, is 3:05 p.m. as well. Chicago Bears, Las Vegas Raiders. Correct me if I'm wrong. Matt, I believe you are up first. Who do you think will win and why? Take it away.
For this one, I got the Bears. Both teams are 1-2, not doing great. The Bears are 1.5-point road favorites after a dominant win over your Cowboys. Sorry about that.
Ouch.
31-14. Caleb Williams has 7 touchdowns to just 1 interception, so he's pretty dang accurate. Raiders, let's see. Actually, Caleb Williams also threw for 298 yards and 4 scores against your Cowboys. Gino has thrown 4 interceptions and had 12 sacks. So their O-line's kind of struggling on the Raiders. I just don't see him pulling this one off. Let's go Bears.
Wow. Okay. Corey, what do you think, man? Do you agree with what CMC had to say, or do you think that the Raiders are going to figure it out on this one? What do you think? Take it away.
I do agree. I hate rooting for the Bears. The off-season champions every year, and they always find a way to fumble the bag. But I think they have the better roster across the board. They finally found some – I mean, like, what ails any offense? Just play the Cowboys. The Raiders line is absolute sieve, though. Like, Genty has nowhere to run. He's constantly got somebody in his grill, and it's rough to watch. I think Pete Carroll is, like, really regretting coming out of retirement.
Time. Okay. All right. Wow. Chat, what do y'all think about what y'all just heard out there? Looks like Patrick West saying the Raiders, Robert Zamora going with the Bears. The chat room is split 53 to 47%. This is one of the closer ones for sure out here. Raiders, silver and black might just be the best 1-2 team in their division. LOL, killing me, says Mr. Green. Doug Ross is in the house. Bryce Hacks is with us. Living Like Larry. Welcome, Living Like Larry. Country still hanging out. Twana saying the Bears. Duh, Bears. Okay. I honestly forgot what I went with. Y'all made some good points out here, but looking at this, I actually highlighted the Bears, and I don't feel so confident about the Bears. Couple of things that, you know, when I think about the Chicago Bears, bro, like, Caleb Williams has actually looked passable. Last year, he was terrible. That offensive line had him running for his life, but with Joe Thuney out there, Drew Dalman, Jonah Jackson, the new additions that they got on the offensive line, I've been saying it this whole time, Caleb Williams is going to bounce back. What I was not expecting was Rome Odunze to take that big of a step forward past DJ Moore. Bro, DJ Moore has been getting smoked and outshined in the first 3 games of this season by that Rome Odunze, the sophomore kid in Chicago right now.
And they got also Burton involved too last week.
And they got Luther Burden a touchdown as well. So Luther Burden finally got a touchdown.
Sticker.
Bro, like, yeah, that was a sick play. That was a good one. And so the Chicago Bears have been looking more innovative, and the Raiders have been looking very one-dimensional. As mentioned, Ashton Jeanty could not get any room to roam out in any of the last few games, and Geno Smith was just flat out disgusting to watch against the Chargers. Like, I covered that game. It was a Monday Night Football, and it was puke, man. It was awful. It was terrible. Do not ever want to cover something like that again and watch Geno Smith do that, because in our league, that's my quarterback, Corey. So I want to see
That's
him.
O-line, man. Geno's good. You don't pay the man to get like 12 sacks. That's crazy.
That's pretty wild, bro. Yeah. 12
Run
bags. Right, dude. Straight up. Like, that's insanity. Chat, he says, I agreed. I'm not convinced yet. Williams bound to have a good game, says Dr. Jeremy Hottenstein out here. Every blue moon, he's capable of that, says Jeremy. JBOTH saying, what's up, what's up? All right, guys, I want to make sure that I honor y'all's time. I promised y'all that we would be done with this around 9 o'clock. We still have 4 more games and 10 minutes left to go, so let's run through this thing. All right, guys, we got the Ravens and the Chiefs coming up. Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs. I will be covering this game as well. This is probably America's game of the week right here. Who went first last time? I think it was Matt. So, Corey, you get to go first on this one. Who do you think will win this game and why? Take it away.
I'm going Baltimore, getting their first statement win. I think it's absolutely wild that one of these teams is going to be 1-3 after this week. KC's wide receiver room is just absolutely wrecked. Xavier Worthy's status is huge since they really struggled to score early without him. Hollywood Brown has not shown up, but I think Ravens pass rush is still top 5 win rate right now. If Baltimore's ever going to beat Mahomes, this is it, but picking Chiefs to lose is always feels gross.
Okay. All good points. CMC, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very happy both teams are 1-2, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're on short rest after a 38-30 loss to the Lions. I think they're pissed about that. They want to come out and prove that they're still the Ravens. Same with the KC, I guess, but KC are 2.5-point home underdogs, which has got a sting also, and they're not going to sleep on that. That's going to piss them off to play. Mahomes has covered 12 out of 15 as an underdog, so I'm hard to pick against him, but I'm picking the Ravens.
Time. Okay. So I've got some thoughts on this, guys. I got some quick thoughts on this. Baltimore Ravens do have missing players defensively. If Nnamdi Madubuike is still out and Kyle Van Noy is still out, and we do see who's the last man that I'm thinking, Jair Alexander is still out, I think we could have another story where the Ravens lose to a big team. They lost to the Buffalo Bills. They lost last week to the Lions. But saying that if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs right now, that would be a statement win, I don't think it would be. I think the Chiefs are not looking very good as is. They lost their home game against the Chargers. The Chiefs just haven't looked good. And yes, if Xavier Worthy comes back, that would be great. But how is that shoulder's mobility going to be if he's out there? He is the speedy guy, fastest man to ever run the 40 at the NFL Combine. But, bro, I wonder what that conversation was with him and Travis Kelce as soon as that happened. Like, on the sideline and like, bro, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Like, why would you run into me? But that's a terrible situation. Also, guys, I think, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, I see issues with Derrick Henry fumbling the football 3 times in 3 games. I think he's the first running back ever to do that.
Derrick Henry's solid.
Bro, I saw it happen with Ezekiel Elliott, who started fumbling and had a fumble fit, and it became a problem for him. So I'm hoping that this isn't one of those seasons where Derrick Henry ends up with 8 to 12 lost fumbles on the year, because the Baltimore Ravens don't have a better running back. But I don't know. That's an extreme case. I don't think that Derrick Henry would have 8 to 12 fumbles. But if he did, you heard it here first. Okay. Twana, I see you out there saying Harbaugh better have his team ready this time, offense and defense. Jeremy saying, does Derrick Henry still strike fear, or has the fear entered him about the fumbling? He's still going to be a beast, though. Ravens defense is suspect, though. Thoughts, guys? Any final thoughts on this game? This is the biggest game of the slate.
No, both teams got a scrambling ass quarterback. He can run around, make plays, save the day, get the first down. It's going to be an exciting matchup.
I mean, Holmes has got no run game. It's him in the run game. Pacheco and Hunt are both just like power runners, and they don't scare anybody. If they can get Brashard Smith out there, maybe as like that back who can catch passes, which has always worked well with Mahomes. But
well, losing Joe Tooney didn't help that offensive line at all either. They can't really get that push, and he's not the only piece that was lost. So similar situations to the Raiders' offensive line, but they don't have Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens. I'm with you guys. Let's move on. All right, guys, this game here, Packers-Cowboys. So, CMC, who do you think is going to win this game and why? What do you think?
I'm thinking the Packers in this one. They're 2-1 versus your 1-2 Cowboys. The Packers have won 10 out of the last 11 matchups. It's pretty good odds there. Green Bay is looking to bounce back after a fluke loss to Cleveland. After that blocked field goal late in the game cost them. So I think they're hungry to go out there and get a win against the Cowboys. Adding drama, Micah Parsons is returning to Dallas in a Green Bay uniform.
Fact. And time. Okay. All right, Corey, what do you think, man? Do you agree with this? It's kind of hard to disagree with this, but who do you think is going to win this game? Take it away.
yeah, I think any team that plays the Browns should get to play the Cowboys afterwards. It's like, the salve that heals the burn. Absolutely the Packers. I cannot wait to hear Jerry try to spin this with his excuses about how, they could have turned Micah into a player like Micah. No. Absolutely Packers. I mean, Jordan Love will figure it out. Matthew Golden's going to take that next step up. Tucker Kraft is like one of the top tight ends in the NFL.
Yep. Okay, well, as you guys know, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I do have a few things to say about this. First and foremost, guys, what is wrong with that Dallas Cowboys defense? What on earth is wrong with our Dallas Cowboys defense? This is an absolute disaster for Dallas's secondary. There is no way that us as Dallas Cowboys, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, as one of the Dallas Cowboys ambassadors, I will tell you right now, our defense is trash, bro. Our defense is awful. The Green Bay Packers have been really good offensively, even without Jaden Reed, who is on IR. Looking for a big game this week for Josh Jacobs, you're probably going to get it. Looking for a big game out of Matthew Golden this week, you're probably going to get it. Looking for a big game out of the Green Bay Packers offense, you're probably going to get it. And the Dallas Cowboys no longer have CeeDee Lamb out there on the field. And the Dallas Cowboys are going to have to deal with an angry, pissed off Micah Parsons who's going to be going for Dak's throat on this one. It breaks my heart to say, but Dallas is boned. The Green Bay Packers are going to win this game for sure. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I will always be a Dallas Cowboys fan. We'll get right next week against the Carolina Panthers. It'll be fun.
Ferguson's going to eat this week, though.
Maybe. The
catch-up?
offense. Well, my biggest question is, will George Pickens produce? Because for fantasy football, I mean, if you've got George Pickens out there and he's the star and he's supposed to be that guy, I don't see.
I think Turpin and Tolbert are a better bet for a TD.
I agree. I would take Kevontae Turpin right now. He seems to be getting a lot of targets, and he's catching his passes. Tolbert is dropping them. I agree with that.
How bad is CeeDee Lamb's ankle injury? Is that year long or
weeks?
Yeah,
weeks.
Sure. Something like 3 to 4 weeks is what they were saying.
I don't think they said IR. I think they said IR is not so less than 4 weeks, but definitely multiple.
Cool. Yeah, I like to see that dude play. So,
dude, yeah, who doesn't like to watch CeeDee Lamb play, bro?
I think CeeDee to be Offensive Player of the Year this year. I knew this defense would be bad.
Matthew Garcia is saying that Turpin has to step up. Twana saying the Cowboys still have George Pickens, though. Jeremy saying the only thing the Cowboys got going is home field advantage. Packers are struggling on the road as of now, though. Something to consider there.
You got to use that glare.
Countries, yeah, right. The built-in glare against the Dallas Cowboys. That's such a dumb story as well. That's like the most Jerry Jones thing that I've. Whatever. CD isn't out for the whole year as of now, says Country Kisses. Correct on that. Okay. Most of y'all going with the Packers. 76% of the chat room going with the Green Bay Packers. The other 25% going with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Final two. This takes us to Monday Night Football. There are two games on Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is this one here, the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. This is a divisional matchup in the AFC East, and they are fighting for the Sacco here, bottom of the barrel. Both teams 0-3. Who went first last time, guys? Please remind me. Check the tape. Who went last time? Corey, did you go last time?
I believe so.
Okay, let's just give it to you. Corey, who do you think is going to win this game and why?
And this is a really tough one. I think fans should be paid to watch this game. It's going to be ugly. I'm going to go Dolphins, even though my heart's not really in it. Tua's 6-0 against the Jets in his career. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. He's really never played behind a weaker line. But they showed up against the Bills last week. They show up in division games. They're obviously still playing for Mike McDaniels. And I think Aaron Glenn still has a ways to go in this rebuild. And Tyrod Taylor is more reliable, but I think if Justin Fields is back from his concussion, they're going to play him. And he's going to turn the ball over.
Okay. All right. CMC, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. The Dolphins are going to pull the win. Both teams are 0-3. It's going to be an ugly game. I'm not planning on watching it unless you're hosting it. Yeah, Jets just lost 29-27 at Tampa Bay, so decently close game. Dolphins have Devon A-Chain and Tyreek Hill. Tua can ball sometimes. He's kind of got his head rattled a little bit, but in this game, I'm going Dolphins.
Okay. And time. All right, guys. So thoughts on this one here. Honestly, man, not a whole lot of them. Also feels like a throwaway game. This feels like one of those games that is going to be the lesser of the two Monday Night Football games, even though, you know, if Justin Fields comes back, we would have the two starting quarterbacks. To his brains, right now, he's throwing the football and, you know, at the risk of sounding insensitive, he's got scrambled eggs for brains. Like, he has just been beat up so many times throughout his career. He is making bad decisions. It's like his processor is going at a slower speed. Wide open throws downfield to Tyreek Hill, to Jalen Waddle, to guys underneath, to whoever's available, and he can't find them.
He's playing scared.
He is playing scared, and he does not want to get sacked. He would rather run it to the sideline and not take another hit because he knows just as well as everybody else watching football that one more concussion would probably be it. Like, one more of those concussions where they're terrible to watch. Yeah. And I think for his own good, teams would stop looking at him. This could be his final year, I think, and honestly, their backup situation right now is Zach Wilson? It might even make sense to start Zach Wilson against the Jets. Like, if you're looking at it, but I don't like McDaniels as a head coach either, McDaniels singular, as a head coach either. I feel like he looks greasy. I feel like he looks like he's always hungover all the time. Like, he always looks like he just came out of the club, like he was out at the strip club all night, like partying. Bro, that's not going to galvanize a team. That's not going to inspire the guys or rally the troops or anything like that. I think Aaron Glenn makes a much better general on the field. And if Justin Fields is back, I actually think the Jets will win. If he is not back and they're dealing with Tyrod Taylor used to be cool. He can still sling the football. I think the Dolphins would get the win. I actually took on this one, I actually took the Jets. On this one, personally. I circled the Jets. I'm starting to lean towards the Dolphins. Convince me. Someone convince me. I'm on the fence.
I mean, if Tyrod starts, I think they win. I think that he keeps them more reliable. They keep that offense chugging. And, like, the short down and distance has been what's killing their defense. So I think if Tyrod wins, they might even have a QB controversy.
But their run game is just so suspect, dude. Like, Breece Hall is not good. Braylon Allen has not been good. Nobody in that field has been good. It's just been
Breece Hall, the talent is there. I think it's the O-line.
You know what it is, man? For me, I went with the Jets because I don't believe in Mike McDaniel. I think the Jets will pull off the win because I just don't think that Mike McDaniel has it. I think he's done. I think he's done, son. Okay. Last one, guys. Final one. I think a little split decision here. You guys going with the Dolphins. I'm going with the Jets. Here we go. Final one. Last matchup. The Cincinnati Bengals and looks like we've got the Broncos. Who just went? I should be keeping track of this.
I think I'm up next. I don't know.
You think you're up first? All right, CMC. Yeah, here you go. Last
All right.
shot to get the win, man. Let's see how many points you can score on this one. Go ahead and take it away. 30 seconds on the clock.
All righty. I'm going with the Broncos. The Bengals are 2-1. The Broncos are 1-2. The Bengals rank 31st in offense in the NFL, which is pretty terrible. Let's see. Burrow's out. Broncos won 9 straight home games, and they're 7.5-point favorites at home. So I'm basically just basing upon that. Dart in the air. I'm throwing it at the Broncos.
Okay, time. Okay. So, up by 1. Corey, here's your chance to take the lead. It's a chance here to tie it up. Who do you think is going to win this game and why? Take it away.
I'm going with Denver at home. I think their defense has been torched early, but at home they should pull it together. I think they still rank second in pass rush win rate, and they're going to eat against Browning. I think Surtain's going to take away his top option with Chase, and he's just not going to have enough time to get to that second option. J.K. Dobbins has been showing up as well. Bo Nix has had a rough sophomore year. He's had a sophomore slump. But I think, I take Sean Payton over Zach Taylor.
Time. Oh, what happened to your scoreboard here? I had it at 44 is what it should have been here to 43. Corey, I think you got the 1-point win on this one. Do you have anything else you want to add to the conversation here, CMC?
No. That was fun. Those are my predictions. He's got more football knowledge. I'll take the L. That's fine.
Okay. Guys, this was pretty cool, man. This is pretty cool. Here's what I'm going to end up doing, right? Because for me, I'm going to have a third party actually sit back and listen in on these. I feel like I just cannot be the one who keeps the score out here. I feel like it's going to have to be someone else who's listening just to kind of get the vibe. Or maybe we can even let the chat decide who wins this round. But I'm going to go ahead and agree with both of you guys. I think the Denver Broncos should win this game. The Cincinnati Bengals, without Joe Burrow, Jake Browning got absolutely whomped against the Minnesota Vikings. Like, they just got absolutely smoked out there. And, yeah, last year Trey Hendrickson was really good at getting sacks, but not going to be the case here against the Denver Broncos. I do see that second-year slump for sure with Bo Nix. I definitely see – I don't know, man. I definitely see – don't put that on us, says Country Kisses. I definitely see the Broncos winning this game. And, yeah, that's it, man. That's all I've got. I'm with you guys. I agree the Broncos should win this one, and that takes us a little bit past the hour. Thank you guys so much for doing this live stream with me. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I had for this one. Guys, if y'all want to go ahead and jump off the call, I'm going to ping you guys each individually afterwards. Thanks, y'all. Fist bumps, high fives to both of y'all. Thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all super soon. Y'all take care, guys. Peace out. And for those of y'all who are still with us, now it's time to go into the members-only situation. We're going to do a screen share here. Let's go ahead and make the quick adjustment. All right, guys. So all channel members, looks like we'll do it in 5 minutes. So it's going to switch in 5 minutes. We're going to switch to channel members only. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be raffling off something. It's the first raffle of the year. This is for just channel members, and not just channel members, but this is going to be for touchdown and championship level channel members. The championship channel members will have 2 entries. The touchdown channel members will have 1 entry for this one. Twana saying thank you, good night, guys. Jeremy Webb saying Super Mario, we got big news. Let's go. Congratulations, Jeremy Webb. Well done, my friend. Raffle, says Country Kisses. Yeah, we got a raffle coming up. Salutes channel members, says Eye to Eye. Cheers to you, channel members. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up this screen share now. We'll change the window here. Haha. This is what we're looking for. And we're going to move this over to the side so y'all can see your names over there. We are going to do the raffle. This is going to be fun. This is going to be good. We'll do a quick raffle, and then I'll let you guys have your nights back. Let's turn off this slideshow. What else do we turn off here? Let's actually grab this window. Doing this in real time is never easy, but we are just having fun. Okay, guys, those of y'all who are on the list, y'all should know who you are by now. Quick shout out to the channel members, those who are available and eligible for this particular raffle. You guys are the ones on this list right here. I think I'm about to be silenced, says The Smoke. What up, The Smoke, saying yeet. Looks like, congrats, Corey. Good pick'ems. Thanks, CMC, for being a good sport. Shout out to Corey as well for checking in and doing that with us. That was a lot of fun. Channel members, anybody on this page right now will be eligible. If your name is in gold, you will have 2 chances. If your name is down here, you will have 1 chance to win on this raffle. Am I on the list? You sure are, Mr. Robert Zamora. You're right here on the front page, sir. I'm about to be silenced, says The Smoke. So about 2.5 minutes, and we will do our raffle for the members only. Sorry about that. Here we go. Going to move this over, Robert Zamora. You can see your name about right here. Your name is actually on here twice. So I'm going to scroll down the list, guys. Listen for the names. We've got a little bit of time. These are all the names, and I've actually, let's go ahead and sort them A to Z. Brandy, you've got 2 entries. Chi-Town Joe, you've got 2 entries. Courtney with 1 entry. Denise Taylor with 2. Gary Streen with 2 entries. Jeremy Webb with 2 entries. You got JT with 2 entries. Lou, let's effing go. He's got 2 entries here as well. Michelle with 1. Minimal Animal with 1. Lorinda with 2 entries. Robert Zamora with 2 entries. Send It has 1 entry. Shiva75 has 1 entry here. We've got T Fishes with 2 entries. The Dusty Attic, upstate South Carolina with an entry. And Val and her crazy life with 2. Edward Barber asking, how do you enter? This is for channel members only, my friend. And in about 90 seconds, only they will get a chance to see where we are out here. Goodbye, says Troy Morgan. Goodbye, Troy Morgan. You have a great night, my friend. You take care. Looks like Doug Ross saying, I'm not on. It's because I'm Canadian. No, it's because of the level membership right here. This is the first one of the year, guys. So this month for September, I'm only giving away 1 prize. This prize is going to go to one of the channel members that is at the touchdown or at the championship channel membership. We're going to do some other ones here in October. Every month I'm going to be doing 1 giveaway, but we're going to be raffling off multiple things in October as we move forward in the season. Jeremy Webb, it says here that you have 2. It says here that you've got 2, but I don't see you with your red shirt out there. That's an interesting look. Okay, my birthday is in October, says Eye to Eye. We've got 20 seconds, guys. If you are a channel member, you should be able to watch this one here. You should be able to watch us in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,